So we're going to start out with 2 pounds of ground beef. You could also do this recipe and use ground turkey. Either one will work just fine in this. I had dinner with a couple of girlfriends last night that I had not had dinner with in, gosh, years, and we just had the most lovely time. It was great to catch up, and it was really nice. Got to do that every once in a while. I'm going to be out doing some cookbook signings today. Have you ever been to that place called Homestead Decor? They're the ones that decorate our set, and every season they just make it look fantastic. Well, I'll be heading over there at 12:45 to 2 today. It's a really neat store. They've got a great restaurant attached to it, so I hope to see you there for one of my book signings. And then tonight I'm in Neenah at another really great store. Lots of fun holiday gift ideas. It's called Cedar Ridge Crafts in Neenah, and I'll be there from 4:30 this afternoon until 6. Lots and lots of book signings coming up. Tomorrow I'm in Sturgeon Bay at Econo Foods. Tomorrow afternoon from 11:30 to 12:30, and then from 3:30 to 5 I'm up at a great independent bookstore in Bailey's Harbor called Novel Ideas. But a bunch of different book signings coming up. I'll be at Festival Foods on Friday from 4 until 5, and on Saturday in Shawano at a wonderful coffee place. So start your morning out with coffee with me. And then lots of different Festival Foods locations. For the whole schedule and where to find me, just go online, fox11online.com. Click on the Living tab, and you'll find more about my cookbook and signings. All right, so the ground beef is doing its thing. A little salt and pepper. And I'm going to start opening some cans. This is a nice chili recipe because it's pretty quick fix, but it's different from the chilies that you're used to. It's got some just fun, different flavors. So we've got a can of diced tomatoes, and if the kiddos don't do the chunks of tomatoes, or you could also substitute and do crushed tomatoes, and then you'll get the same great flavor, but you won't have the chunks. Or you could use the petite diced tomatoes, or, you know, very finely diced. I've got 1 can of tomato sauce. I love beans in my chili, and actually so does my daughter Ireland. And we're going to use 2 cans of pinto beans.
So does your daughter Ireland.
Anne, you like beans too? You do? Being Miss Picky? Anyway, if you don't like beans, you can leave them out. Not a big deal. So we're doing 2 cans of pinto beans that I'm actually going to drain and rinse quickly just to get rid of the liquid that comes with it in the can. My son Riley has got finals week. He's a college freshman, so I've been worried about him all week. Got projects and finals, and sometimes kind of feels like I'm taking them. You know what I mean? If you're a mom of a college student or a high schoolers, those finals can get pretty intense. So I'm so glad when they're over with and he's home. And he's done Friday, so I think we're going to go out and celebrate Friday night. His first semester as a college freshman done. Okay, so just draining and rinsing those beans. Let them hang out there for a minute. Okay, time to season up this beef. And this is where this chili takes a little bit of a different turn. If there's any grease from the beef, you could drain it at this point, but this was nice lean beef, and there isn't any, so that's a good thing. So we seasoned it with salt and pepper. We'll do a little bit more. Chili powder, 3 tablespoons, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1 teaspoon of oregano, which is, people always think of oregano as an Italian seasoning, but you know what? You'll find oregano in a lot of Mexican cooking. Going to add some onion, about 1/2 cup of diced onion, finely diced onion. And cook those spices for a minute. That's key. Just want to kind of bring them back to life. Coat the meat really well. Oh, it smells good. Wow. 3 cloves of garlic. Chili is one of those things too, if you're going to make chili for the game. Got a noon game against the Vikings. Is it the Vikings? No, is it the Bears? No, it's a, okay. So if you're going to make chili, go ahead and make it the night before and get it in the refrigerator. And boy, I think sometimes it's just that much better. And then you can pull it out and just heat it up before the game, being that it's an earlier game. Okay, let that garlic do its thing, and now we're just going to start dumping the rest of the ingredients in here. The 1 can of diced tomatoes with the juice. You don't need to drain the juice. 1 can of tomato sauce. Beef stock. That's going to give this chili a really nice beefy flavor. We're going to use that instead of water. It's going to be a real thick, hearty chili. Especially when we get those beans in there. I'm going to do some beef stock, which is something I think I use a lot of beef and chicken stock when I'm making soups and chilies. Instead of water, it really just makes all the difference in the world when it, comes to having more flavor. Now here's another fun ingredient we're going to add. We're going to add some chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. You're going to find this in the Mexican food aisle of the grocery store. Now this is really hot stuff. It's got a great smoky flavor, so a little dab will do ya. We're just going to do 1 to 2 chipotle peppers and a little bit of the sauce that comes with it, and boy, is it going to give it a great flavor. So I'm going to just drain a little of the sauce out of there, and then I'm going to take 1 to 2, we'll do 2. We're feeling a little spicy this morning. But you don't want to overdo it. That is the key with this stuff. I one time made a corn chowder that called for a little bit of this, and I thought, oh, I'll put a little more in. Well, all you could taste was the chilies and the adobo sauce. So start with a little. You can always add more. And I'm just going to chop this up a little bit. But boy, has it got great flavor. And then the rest of them that are in that can, put them in a Ziploc bag and freeze them, or a couple of different bags, and then basically you can, thaw them in the microwave when you need them for other recipes. Now here's another fun twist and turn that this chili is going to take. We're adding that pinch of cinnamon that we talked about, 1/4 teaspoon, and a tablespoon of cocoa powder. You're not going to really taste the chocolate at all, but it's just going to give more of a depth of flavor, and it's going to be fantastic. And then in go our beans. So I'm just going to let this simmer for a little bit, and then we'll serve it with a little sour cream on top, if you like, and I do, and then some chopped fresh cilantro too. So here you go. It's my Mexican chili recipe with that touch of heat with the chipotle, a little bit of cinnamon, and cocoa powder. That's the secret here. And this is a fun one, really fun to do during the holidays when we've got a lot of sugar and spice around. Recipes on the website. You can also pick it up at any area Festival Foods.